The sky burned orange as the diplomatic ship exploded above New Horizon Colony. Alex Carter watched from the medical outpost, his hands gripping the railing so tight his knuckles turned white. 6 months on this frontier world, and today was supposed to be historic. First contact with the aliens who had been watching from the edges of their star system. Now it was historic for all the wrong reasons. Carter, stop daydreaming. Dr. Susan Wright grabbed his arm. We have incoming casualties. Get your kit and move. Alex grabbed his medical bag and ran toward the landing pad. The emergency shuttles were coming in hot, their hulls glowing from rapid atmospheric entry. His medical team spread out, ready to receive the wounded. The first shuttle landed hard, bouncing twice before settling. Its doors opened with a hiss of pressure. Inside, the diplomats and security team were crowded together. Some were standing, others lay still on the floor. What happened up there? Alex asked as he helped a man with a burned face exit the shuttle. They took our greeting as a threat, the man gasped. We extended our hands, and they just opened fire. Alex moved from patient to patient, applying burn gel and pressure. Bandages. Each told fragments of the same story, a misunderstanding that had escalated to violence in seconds. His communication unit buzzed. Additional teams stranded in Sector 7. Heavy fire reported. Medical assistance required. Susan grabbed his shoulder. Take the rapid response vehicle. Get in. Get them stable. Get out. No heroics. Alex nodded, gathering 4 other medics. They boarded the small armored medical transport and lifted off, skimming low over the dense jungle that covered most of New Horizon. Approaching drop zone, the pilot announced. Wait, incoming fire. The transport rocked violently. Warning lights flashed across the cabin. Alex braced himself as the pilot tried to maintain control. We're hit. Brace for. The impact threw Alex against the wall. Then darkness. He woke to pain and silence. Smoke filled his lungs. Alex pushed debris off his chest and looked around the shattered transport. The other medics lay motionless. He checked each one, all dead, their necks broken in the crash. Alex tried his communication unit. Nothing but static. He gathered what medical supplies survived and stepped outside. The jungle rose around him in shades of deep green and blue. New Horizon's strange trees reached hundreds of feet into the sky, their wide leaves blocking most of the sunlight. Alex checked his location device. The colony was 20 miles east. Too far to walk before nightfall. Something caught his eye. On the forest floor, a splash of purple liquid that seemed to glow slightly in the dim light. He knelt to examine it. Not plant sap. It had the consistency of blood, but no earth creature had purple blood. Alex looked ahead and saw more purple droplets leading deeper into the jungle. His training told him to stay with the crash site. Logic said to head toward the colony. But curiosity pulled him forward. This is a bad idea, he muttered to himself, but followed the trail anyway. The drops became more frequent, forming small pools in places. Whatever was bleeding was losing a lot of fluid. Alex quickened his pace. Medic instincts overrode caution. Something was hurt and might need help. The trail led to a small clearing where the trees parted enough to let sunlight through. In the center lay a figure unlike anything Alex had seen before. The alien was larger than a human, with a body covered in what looked like an exoskeleton of pale blue. 4 arms extended from a torso that narrowed at the waist. The head housed 4 eyes, 2 large ones in front, 2 smaller ones on the sides. Purple blood leaked from multiple wounds in the exoskeleton. What struck Alex most was the clothing and ornamentation. Unlike the simple uniforms worn by the aliens who had attacked the diplomatic mission, this one wore elaborate armor with symbols etched in what looked like gold. A cape of shimmering material spread beneath her. Alex somehow felt certain this was a female of the species Dot as he stepped into the clearing. The alien's eyes snapped open. All four focused on him. She tried to move, but collapsed with a sound. That might have been a cry of pain. A small device near her head flickered to life. Words came out, halting and mechanical. Bleeding ... broken. Don't come near, human. Alex stopped. The alien had a translator. She could understand him. I'm not here to hurt you, he said, raising his empty hands. I'm a medic. The alien smaller. Eyes blinked rapidly while the larger ones remained fixed on him. Deceiver, the translator said. Humans attack. Kill my guards. Will kill me. Alex looked around and noticed for the first time the bodies of 3 smaller aliens half hidden in the vegetation at the edge of the clearing. Guards, presumably. That wasn't me, Alex said. There was a misunderstanding. I'm a doctor. I help. The injured. No help, the translator said. Poison me. Take secrets. Alex slowly set down his medical bag and stepped back. See? I'm just going to stay right here. Not coming any closer unless you allow it. The alien watched him silently. Purple. Blood continued to pool beneath her. You're losing a lot of blood, Alex said. I can help stop the bleeding. That's all. Then I'll back away again if you want. The alien was quiet for so long that Alex thought the translator had failed. Finally, it spoke again. Why help enemy? Alex considered the question. Because right. Now, you're not my enemy. You're someone who needs medical help. That's what I do. He pointed to the red cross on his uniform. This symbol means medical help. It's respected even between enemies in our world. The alien's larger eyes narrowed. Then she made a motion with one of her less injured arms. Approach, slowly. Alex picked up his bag and moved forward carefully. As he got closer, he saw that her injuries were severe. Multiple fractures in the exoskeleton and what looked like an energy weapon burned across her torso. I'm Alex, he said as he knelt beside her. Do you have a name? The translator took a moment to process. Zalara, Queen of the 7 Houses of Viridia. Alex nearly dropped his scanner. Not just any alien, their ruler. Well, Your Majesty, he said, trying to keep his voice steady. You have several fractures. And a plasma burn. I need to stabilize these before you can be moved. No move, Zalara said through the translator. Others search. We'll kill you. Take me. Use me against my people. Then we need to hide, Alex said, looking at the open clearing. Can you move at all with help? Zalara made what might have been a nod. Little strength remains. Alex worked quickly, applying sealant to the worst cracks in her exoskeleton and covering the burn with a cooling gel. He fashioned a brace for what appeared to be a broken limb. All the while, he kept talking, explaining each step. Why purple? He asked, gesturing to her blood as he worked. Copper base, the translator said. Your blood? Iron. It's red. This exchange of basic facts seemed to ease the tension. By the time Alex finished emergency treatment, the Queen's breathing had steadied. There's a cave system about half a mile. From here, he said, checking his scanner, we can hide there until we figure out what to do next. Zalara studied him with all 4 eyes. Still not understand. Why save enemy Queen? Alex helped her to stand, supporting her weight against his side. Because saving lives is what gives mine meaning, he said simply. And maybe, just maybe, it might help fix the mistake that happened today. Together, human and alien Queen, they moved slowly into the dense jungle as the light began to fade. The cave was cool and dark, with water dripping somewhere in the distance. Alex helped Queen Zalara sit against the smooth stone wall. Her breathing was shallow but steady. The purple blood had stopped flowing. a good sign that his emergency treatment was working. Rest here, Alex said. I need to check the area and cover our tracks. The Queen's 4 eyes blinked in sequence. Careful. My people search. Your people search. Both dangerous now. Alex nodded and stepped outside. The jungle had grown darker as New Horizons' sun began to set. Strange calls echoed through the trees. He used large leaves to sweep away their footprints leading to the cave, then gathered some of the bioluminescent plants that grew nearby. They would provide light without the risk of a fire being spotted. When he returned, Zalara was examining the medical supplies he had left beside her. Primitive, the translator said, but effective. Alex arranged the glowing plants around the cave. Thanks, I think. He knelt beside her and checked her wounds. The exoskeleton was already showing signs of natural repair around the edges where he had applied the sealant. Your body heals fast, he said. Yes, not fast enough without help. She gestured to her damaged body. Would have died without human intervention. Alex unpacked more medical supplies. I need to clean these wounds better. It might hurt. Pain is familiar today, Zalara said. Proceed. As Alex worked, he asked, what happened up there? With the diplomatic mission? The Queen was silent for a long moment. When the translator finally spoke, the mechanical voice sounded almost sad. Misunderstanding. Fatal error. Your people extended open hands. In our culture, showing empty palms at close. Range is death threat. Shows you have no weapons, but intend harm with bare hands. Alex paused, so when our diplomats reached out to shake hands, my guards believed attack was coming, responded to protect. Your guards responded same. Then, she made a motion like an explosion, and you were caught in the middle, Alex said. Yes, escape pod damaged, crashed. Guards died protecting me. Alex finished cleaning her wounds and applied fresh sealant. I'm sorry. It's a terrible way for our species to meet. Why not capture me? Zalara asked suddenly. Queen is valuable. Military asset. Alex sat back on his heels and considered the sea. Question. I'm not military. I'm a doctor. My job is to save lives, not take prisoners. All humans like you? He laughed softly. No, some would have captured you. Some might have left you to die. Some would have helped like I did. Humans are complicated. Viridians also, Zalara said. Many would kill human on sight now. Some would listen. Alex opened a ration pack and offered her some water. Can you eat human food? The Queen examined the water container. Liquid safe. Food unknown. Have own supplies. She reached into a compartment in her armor and removed a small silver package. Inside were what looked like blue crystals. She placed one in her mouth, and it dissolved. Nutrient concentrate, she explained. One sustains for full day. They ate in silence. Outside, night creatures of New Horizon began their songs, filling the jungle with whistles and deep, rumbling calls. What happens now? Alex finally asked. Both. Sides believe attack was intentional. Preparations for war begin. Zalara's large eyes fixed on him, unless truth is known. Alex leaned forward. We could contact them. Tell them what happened. Not simple. Your leaders want advantage. My leaders want revenge. Truth is weapon to be controlled. But you're the Queen. Your people would listen to you. Zalara made a sound that the translator didn't catch. It might have been a laugh or a sigh. I'm Queen, yes, not absolute ruler. Houses of Viridia have counsel. Some wish expansion, see humans as threat to remove. Need me as symbol, not for wisdom. Alex frowned. Politics. Some things are universal, I guess. He checked his communication device again. Still dead. The crash had damaged it beyond repair. How long until your people find you? He asked. Search patterns standard. 3 days to cover this region. And my people will be searching too. Alex rubbed his face, feeling the stubble that had grown. So we have maybe 3 days to figure out how to stop a war. If possible at all, Zalara said. Alex moved to the cave entrance and looked up. The stars. Somewhere up there, 2 civilizations were preparing for conflict because of a simple misunderstanding. Tell me about your world, he said, returning to sit across from her. If I'm going to help prevent a war, I should know who we're not fighting. The queen seemed surprised by the request. After a moment, she began to speak. The translator converted her words as she told him about Viridia, a planet with 2 suns and 3 moons. She described crystal cities that grew rather than being built, and gardens that floated in the air. 12 star systems, she said. 300 years of space travel. Found humans 50 years ago. Observed only. First planned contact today. Why did you wait so long to contact us? Debate. Some said too dangerous. Humans fight among selves. Unpredictable. Others said potential allies. Valuable creativity. Alex smiled. And what did you say, Your Majesty? I voted contact. Saw human art, music, literature, transmitted into space. Beautiful. Worth knowing. His smile faded. And now this happens. Yes, unfortunate. Alex checked her wounds again. The pain medication would be wearing off soon. You should rest, he said. I'll keep watch. Zalara adjusted her position. We'll try. Not used to sleeping near predator species. I'm not a predator. All humans predators. Eyes front. Hunt instincts. But perhaps not all dangerous. Her large eyes closed slowly. Perhaps some kind. As the alien queen drifted into sleep, Alex sat at the cave entrance, watching the strange. Stars of New Horizons' night sky. He had trained as a medic to save human lives. Now he found himself trying to save 2 entire species from their own misunderstandings. He checked his medical scanner, reviewing Zalara's vital signs. They were stabilizing. With proper care, she would recover fully. But would that be enough to stop what was coming? In the distance, he heard the faint sound of engines. Search parties, either human or Viridian, combing the jungle. He moved deeper into the cave, out of sight, and settled in for a long night. Of keeping watch over his unexpected patient. Tomorrow, they would need a plan, something to make both sides listen. Alex had no idea what that might be, but as he looked at the sleeping alien queen, he knew he had to try. Too many lives depended on it. Morning came with shafts of golden light breaking through the jungle canopy. Alex woke with a start, realizing he had fallen asleep during his watch. He looked quickly to where Queen Zalara had been resting. She was gone. Alex jumped to his feet, heart racing. Had she fled? Been captured? He rushed to the cave entrance and stopped short. The alien queen stood in a small clearing just outside, her face turned up to the rising sun. Her damaged exoskeleton gleamed in the light. She seemed to be performing some kind of ritual, her forearms moving in slow, deliberate patterns. You should be resting, Alex said, stepping out to join her. Zalara turned. Her movements were smoother. Today, less pained. Morning greeting, the translator said. Thanks to suns for new day. You only have 1 sun here, Alex pointed out. Practice continues. Tradition important. She looked at him closely. You slept, not good guard. Alex felt his face grow warm. Sorry, didn't mean to. No matter. Watched over you, returned favor. This surprised him. You stood guard while I slept? Yes, partnership for survival. Logical. Alex smiled. Thank you. How are your injuries today? Better. Self-repair continues. Your treatments helped. She moved back toward the cave. Hungry now. They shared a simple breakfast, another nutrient crystal for Zalara, and a ration bar for Alex. As they ate, Alex heard the distant sound of engines again. Search continues, Zalara said. We'll find us eventually. Then we need a plan, Alex replied. Some way to contact both sides at once, so neither can twist the message. The Queen considered this difficult. Communications controlled by military now, both sides. Alex dug through his medical bag, taking inventory of what remained. I have a short-range emergency beacon. It's meant to signal for medical evacuation, but I could modify it. How? If I could boost the signal and broadcast on multiple frequencies at once, we could send a message that both human and Viridian forces would receive simultaneously. Zalara reached into her armor and removed a small device. Royal Communicator. Links to all Viridian channels. Could connect to your device. Alex took the device carefully. It was unlike any technology he'd seen before. Sleek and seemingly made of living material that pulsed gently. This might work, he said excitedly. I'd need tools, though. Some. In armor systems, Zalara said. She touched a panel on her arm guard, and a small compartment opened to reveal what looked like precision instruments. Alex grinned. Perfect. Let's get to work. They spent the morning working side by side. Alex was surprised at how well they collaborated, despite their differences. Zalara's knowledge of Viridian technology complemented his understanding of human systems. When words failed, they communicated with gestures and drawings in the dirt floor of the cave. Tell me about Earth, Zalara said as they worked. Home world. Alex described the blue oceans and varied landscapes of Earth. He told her about deserts and mountains, forests and cities. He explained the different cultures and languages, the art and music that had first caught Viridian attention. Sounds beautiful, she said, and dangerous. It can be, he admitted. We haven't always been kind to our planet. Or to each other. Wars? Many. Too many. Alex paused in his work. But we learn. Slowly, but we learn. Same as Viridians. Zalara said, past filled with conflict, present still learning. As the sun reached its highest point, they took a break. Alex checked Zalara's wounds again. The healing was remarkable. Cracks that had been deep the day before were now just thin lines. Your medical technology must be amazing, he said. Yes. Could teach humans much. Alliance would benefit both. If we can prevent a war first. Zalara touched his arm lightly. The sensation was strange. Her skin was cool and slightly textured. We'll prevent. Must. They returned to work with new determination. By mid-afternoon, they had created a hybrid device, part human, part Viridian. Alex activated it for a test, and it hummed to life. It's working, he said. Now we need to compose. A message. Something both sides will listen to. Must be simple, Zalara said. Clear, truthful. And we should record it together, Alex added. Show that cooperation is possible. They spent time carefully crafting their words. The message needed. To explain the misunderstanding without placing blame. To call for peace without showing weakness. It was a delicate balance dot as they finished. A sound from outside made them freeze. The unmistakable whine of a hover vehicle, very close. Someone's found us, Alex whispered. Zalara moved to the cave entrance and peered out. Viridian scout ship. Small. 3 warriors only. Will they listen to you? Uncertain. Some warriors loyal to War Council, not Queen. She turned to him. Must hide you. Alex shook his head. No. If we're going to prove our species can work together, it starts now. We face them together. Zalara studied him with all 4 eyes. Brave, perhaps foolish. Sometimes they're the same thing, Alex said with a smile. They gathered their equipment and stepped out of the cave together. The Viridian scout ship hovered at the edge of the clearing, its weapons trained on them. 3 warriors in armor similar to Zalara's, but less ornate, emerged, carrying what Alex assumed were energy weapons. The lead warrior spoke, and Zalara's translator converted the words. "My queen, stand aside. The human is our prisoner." Zalara drew herself up to her full height. Even injured, she was impressive. "No, the human is under my protection. He saved my life." The warriors looked at each other in confusion. This clearly wasn't what they had expected. "But the humans attacked," the lead warrior said. "The War Council has declared the attack was a misunderstanding," Zalara interrupted. "This human has shown me the truth, and shown me that humans can be allies, not enemies." The warriors remained uncertain. Their weapons didn't lower, but they didn't fire either. Alex stepped forward slowly, holding their combined communication device. "We've prepared a message," he said, hoping the warriors' translators would convert his words. "For both Viridians and humans. A message of truth." The lead warrior looked to Zalara. "My queen, we are ordered to bring you back and kill any humans we encounter. And I order you to listen," Zalara said firmly. "I remain your queen." A tense silence followed. Alex could feel sweat running down his back. Everything depended on what happened in the next few moments. Finally, the lead warrior lowered his weapon. The others followed. "We listen, my queen." Alex and Zalara exchanged glances. It was a small victory, but an important one. "We will broadcast our message from your ship," Zalara said. "To all Viridians and all humans, the truth must be known." As they walked toward the scout ship, Alex felt a mix of hope and fear. They had convinced 3 warriors. Now they just needed to convince 2 entire species that peace was possible. Behind them, unnoticed, a human drone silently recorded everything. The inside of the Viridian scout ship was cramped but efficient. Strange lights pulsed along curved walls that seemed almost alive. Alex followed Zalara and the warriors into what appeared to be the control center. Screens displayed the surrounding jungle and the skies above. "Communication station there," Zalara said, pointing to a console with her upper right arm. "We'll connect our device." The lead warrior, whose name translated as Kelver, watched Alex with obvious distrust. "My queen, this is unprecedented. The human could sabotage our systems. If I wanted to harm you, I wouldn't have spent 2 days." "Healing your queen," Alex said evenly. Zalara made a sound that the translator didn't catch. "It might have been amusement. Proceed," she told Alex. "Kelver will assist." Alex carefully connected their hybrid device to the Viridian communication system. The technology was advanced, but followed principles he could understand. With Kelver reluctantly helping, they soon had it integrated. "Ready," Alex said, looking up at Zalara. "But there's a problem. This will broadcast to all Viridian ships in the area, but I can only reach human communications within about 50 miles. "Not enough," Zalara said. "Need to reach orbit." "Human command ship?" Kelver stepped forward. "Our signal can reach orbit. If the human provides frequency codes, we could relay through our systems." Alex hesitated. Giving alien forces access to military communication frequencies was against every protocol. But what choice did they have? "Okay," he said, entering the codes into the system. "These will reach the UES Guardian. That's our command ship." "Broadcast begins when ready," Kelver said, stepping back from the console. Zalara turned to face Alex. "Time to speak truth." Alex nodded. They had rehearsed their message in the cave. Now it had to work. Kelver activated the system, broadcasting on all frequencies, human and Viridian. Zalara spoke first, her natural voice strange to Alex's ears. The ship's systems translated her words into multiple human languages simultaneously. "This is Queen Zalara of the Seven Houses of Viridia. What happened at our first meeting was a tragic misunderstanding. The gesture of extended hands, which humans use as greeting, is seen as a threat in Viridian culture. No malice was intended by either side." Alex stepped forward to stand beside her. "This is Medical Officer Alex Carter of New Horizon Colony. I found Queen Zalara injured after the incident and provided medical care. She has shared with me the true nature of the misunderstanding. Her people did not attack unprovoked. Our diplomats unknowingly made what appeared to be a threat gesture. We stand together," Zalara continued, "as proof that our species can overcome differences. We call for immediate cessation of hostilities and renewed diplomatic contact." Alex looked directly at the broadcast sensor. "The Queen is willing to meet with human representatives in neutral territory. I volunteer to facilitate this meeting." They finished speaking, and Kelver ended the transmission. "Message sent," he confirmed. "Received by Viridian command ship and human vessel." For a moment, the control room was silent. Then a harsh alarm sounded from one of the screens. "Incoming vessel," one of the other warriors announced. "Human craft, armed, moving fast." Another warrior checked a different screen. "Viridian extraction team also approaching. 2 minutes until arrival." Alex and Zalara exchanged worried glances. Had their message been received too late? Or worse, had it been ignored? "We need to get outside," Alex said urgently. "Where they can see us together. Show them we're cooperating." Zalara nodded. "Yes, visual evidence important." They rushed from the scout ship back into the clearing. Above them, the jungle canopy parted as a human shuttle descended on one side of the clearing. Simultaneously, a larger Viridian vessel appeared on the opposite side. "Stay close to me," Alex said to Zalara as both ships landed, the human shuttles. Door opened first. 6 soldiers in full combat gear emerged, weapons raised. Alex recognized the insignia of Special Forces. "Medical Officer Carter, step away from the alien," one of them called out. "You're being rescued." Before Alex could respond, the Viridian ship opened. 8 warriors in elaborate armor filed out, forming a protective formation. Queen Zalara. Their leader called, "We will escort you to safety. A human will be dealt with." Alex felt the situation spiraling out of control. Both sides were falling back into hostility, seeing only threats. "No," he shouted, stepping forward with his hands raised. "Did you not receive our message? This is a peaceful contact." "Message received," the human commander said. "But we have orders to extract you and secure the alien leader." Zalara stepped up beside Alex. "I will not be secured. I stand here, by choice, with this human who saved my life." The tension in the clearing was palpable. 16 weapons were pointed, half at humans, half at Viridians. One wrong move would trigger disaster. "Look at us," Alex said, gesturing between himself and Zalara. "If our species were truly enemies, would we stand together like this? Would she be alive if I meant harm? Would I be alive if she wanted me dead?" The human commander hesitated. "Our orders come directly from Central Command. The diplomatic incident has been classified as an attack." "Your Central Command doesn't have all facts," Zalara said. "Nor does my War Council." Both rushed to conflict from fear. Suddenly, a new sound filled the air. A larger ship was approaching, breaking through the clouds above. "Viridian Royal Transport," Kelver said from behind them. "The High Council responds." The massive ship hovered above the clearing, casting everything in shadow. A beam of light shot down, and within it appeared a holographic image of 3 Viridians in even more elaborate armor than Zalara's. "Queen Zalara," one of them spoke, the voice booming across the clearing. We received your transmission. Is what you say true? The human conflict was mere misunderstanding? Yes, Council Elder, Zalara replied. This human saved me when he could have taken me prisoner. He showed mercy and wisdom. There is potential for peace between our kinds. The human commander touched his earpiece, listening to something. His posture changed. Sir, he said to Alex, the Guardian has ordered us to stand down. A diplomatic team is being assembled. He looked uncertain. This goes against everything. We were told about the attack. Because it wasn't an attack, Alex said firmly. It was a cultural misunderstanding with tragic consequences. But we can prevent more tragedy. The Viridian Council Elder spoke again. We will hear more of this. A truce is declared while we investigate. Queen Zalara, you and the human will come aboard to present your case directly. Alex looked at Zalara. Together? She nodded. Together. One voice. The human commander stepped forward. Sir, I can't allow you to board an alien vessel alone. It's against protocol. Then send someone with me, Alex suggested. But someone open to listening, not fighting. After a brief discussion, it was agreed. Alex would board the Viridian ship with one human security officer. Both sides would maintain positions, but not engage while discussions took place. As the transport beam prepared to take them up, Zalara turned to Alex. First step only. Much work remains. Alex nodded. But it is a first step. Sometimes that's the hardest one. The light enveloped them, and they rose toward the ship. Below, humans and Viridians watched in wary silence as the first real diplomatic contact between their species began. 3 months later, Alex stood by a large window on the observation deck of the U's Harmony. The newly commissioned diplomatic vessel hung in orbit above New Horizon. Outside the window, stars glittered against the blackness of space. The blue-green curve of the planet below reminded him of Earth, though the continents were different shapes. He adjusted the collar of his new uniform. The medical Red Cross remained, but now it was paired with the gold insignia of the diplomatic corps. Much had changed in 3 months. Nervous? Asked Linda Powell, the human ambassador who had been quickly assigned to the Viridian negotiations. A little, Alex admitted. I never expected to be part of something this important. Linda smiled. Sometimes the right person just happens to be in the right place. Or the wrong place, depending on how you look at it. Definitely the wrong place, Alex said, remembering the crash that had started everything. But maybe the right time. A soft tone sounded through the ship. The Viridian royal vessel has docked, announced the ship's communication system. Delegation proceeding to the treaty room. Linda straightened her jacket. That's our cue. Ready to see your friend again? Alex nodded. He hadn't seen Zalara since the initial negotiations had begun. She had returned to the Viridian fleet to calm the war faction, while he had been debriefed extensively by human authorities. Their separation had been necessary, but difficult. They had formed a bond in those few days in the jungle that was hard. To explain to others, the treaty room was the largest chamber on the Harmony. A circular table dominated the center, with the flags of Earth and the Viridian houses hanging on the walls. Human officials in formal uniforms stood on one side, talking quietly among themselves. Alex and Linda took their positions. As the junior member of the delegation, Alex stood slightly behind the ambassador. He felt out of place among all these career diplomats, but he had earned his spot. Without him, they might all be at war instead of signing a peace treaty. The doors on the opposite side of the room slid open. The Viridian delegation entered with formal precision. Guards in ceremonial armor came first, followed by council elders, in their elaborate regalia. And then, in robes of shimmering material that seemed to capture and reflect the light in impossible ways, came Queen Zalara, She looked completely different from the injured alien Alex had found in the jungle. Her exoskeleton gleamed with health, and she moved with graceful authority. The damage had healed without a trace. Around her neck hung an ornament that Alex recognized, a small medical symbol, similar to his own insignia, but crafted in Viridian. Styled out as protocol demanded, both delegations performed formal greetings. The humans were careful to use the Viridian gesture of respect, right hand closed in a fist, held over the heart. The Viridians responded with careful nods, avoiding any gestures that might be misinterpreted. When the formalities ended, Zalara's four eyes found Alex in the human group. She said something to an aide, who nodded. Then, breaking protocol, she walked directly toward him. The human officials tensed slightly, but didn't interfere. This unusual relationship was, after all, the reason they were here signing a treaty, instead of fighting a war. Medical Officer Carter, Zalara said, her translator now much smoother than before. You look well. As do you, Your Majesty, Alex replied with a smile. Not a trace of those injuries left. Outside, no. Inside, I carry the memory. She touched the medical symbol at her neck. And the lesson. Ambassador Linda stepped forward. Queen Zalara, we're honored by your presence. Shall we begin the ceremony? Yes. Zalara agreed. But first, a matter of personal importance. From within her robes, she produced a small box made of material that looked like mother of pearl, but with swirls of blue and purple. She handed it to Alex. The Council of Houses has created a new honor, she explained. The Order of Understanding. You are its first recipient. Alex opened the box carefully. Inside was a medallion, unlike anything he had seen before. It seemed to be alive somehow, shifting subtly as he watched. It is made from the living crystal. A viridia, Zalara explained. It responds to the wearer's life force, a symbol that our differences need not divide us. I don't know what to say, Alex said, genuinely moved. You have already said everything necessary, Zalara replied. With actions, not words. They moved to the table where the treaty documents waited. Both human and Viridian versions had been prepared, the result of 3 months of careful negotiation. The terms were fair to both sides, trade agreements, cultural exchanges, shared defense protocols, and most importantly, detailed guidelines for preventing future misunderstandings. The signing ceremony began. Leaders from both sides took turns, adding their names or marks to the documents. When it was Zalara's turn, she paused before signing. 3 months ago, I lay bleeding and broken in the jungle of this world, she said, her voice carrying throughout the room. I warned a human not to come near me, certain that he intended harm. Instead, he chose to save me. She looked directly at Alex. That choice, to help rather than hurt, to heal rather than harm, has led us here today. One individual's decision changed the course of 2 civilizations. She signed the treaty with a flourish. The Viridian side erupted in a sound that Alex now recognized as their version of applause, a rhythmic clicking produced by their upper arms. When all signatures were complete, Ambassador Linda raised her glass for a toast. To peace between our peoples and to the individuals who made it possible. Everyone drank. The formal part of the ceremony complete, the delegations began to mingle. Zalara made her way back to Alex. Walk with me, she said quietly. They moved, away from the crowd to the observation window that looked down on New Horizon. My scientists have been studying human medical techniques, Zalara said. Your methods are different, but effective. We have much to learn from each other. That's what this is all about, isn't it? Alex replied. Learning from each other. Growing together instead of apart. Yes. Zalara's large eyes reflected the stars outside. The treaty is only beginning. Much work remains. But it's a good beginning, Alex said. better than the alternative. Indeed. She turned to face him fully. I am establishing a joint medical research facility on New Horizon. Viridian and human doctors working together to combine our knowledge. I would like you to lead the human team. Alex stared at her in surprise. Me? I'm just a field medic, not a research scientist. You are the bridge, Alex Carter. The one who saw past differences to connection. We need that vision. He looked out at the planet below, thinking of the possibilities. Viridian medical technology combined with human innovation could save countless lives across both their civilizations. I'd be honored, he said finally. Good. Salara made a gesture he hadn't seen before, touching her upper right hand to his shoulder. In my language, we have a saying, from the deepest wounds come the strongest bonds. Alex smiled. We have similar sayings on Earth. They stood together in comfortable silence, looking out at the planet where their unlikely friendship had begun. Below them, human and Viridian ships moved in peaceful patterns, no longer poised for war. In the reflection of the window, Alex could see the gathering behind them. Two species that had nearly destroyed each other, now sharing food, drink, and conversation. All because in a moment of fear and pain, when an alien queen had cried out for him not to come near, he had chosen compassion over caution. Sometimes, he thought, the most human choice was also the most humane. To new beginnings, he said quietly. Salaras. Translator captured his words perfectly as she replied, and to healing what was broken.